Hello there, I'm Garry Foster and welcome back to another episode of What Price Victory. Today's game will feature Melbourne Victory against the Brisbane Roar, but since we've been together, we've played 3 games offline. The opening game was the previous episode of the Melbourne Derby. Since then, we were away to Western Sydney Wanderers and were beaten 4-2. It was a game we were never in and comprehensively outclassed. Although, as it turns out, Western Sydney Wanderers are the gun side of this year's tournament. They've scored something like 19 goals in 4 games, so they've come out of the blocks quite quickly. The return Melbourne Derby was a 2-0 win to the Victory, and we've continued our dominance over our cross-city rivals. The last game that we played offline was a come-from-behind 2-1 victory over Western United, one of the A-League's expansion clubs. And as you can see from that particular schedule, Jake Brimmer has actually scored 3 penalties in a row, each controversial, each with VAR reviews and all the associated controversy that goes with a penalty now in the modern game. But I don't recall ever scoring or ever receiving 3 penalties in a game. Okay, so now we'll go to the squad that will be taking on the Brisbane Roar. Acton's in goal, Shotton, Ansell. Broxham has now moved back into a central defensive role, and Nishikawa makes up the 4th defender. Teague is a defensive midfielder. Brimmer and Barnett are in front of him. Rojas and McManaman are our wide attacking players, and Cox is our pressing forward, whilst Gastide is on international duty. You may notice there that in the game against Western United, Robbie Cruz has now picked up a long-term injury, so the curse of Robbie Cruz is now complete, and I think that may be the last time we see him in a Victory shirt, because he's out for 5 months, so he'll be missing the majority of this season. So we time to be assertive. I don't want them to have fun. We owe Brisbane Roar. A bit of a revenge talk there is always good. And we'll change this one over to extended highlights. Okay, so Victory on the attack. Brisbane Roar have been struggling this year, but I thought it might have actually been a pretty exciting game, depending on when you compared them to last year, where they were quite a dynamic team, but seem to have fallen on hard times this year. But it's up to Victory now to capitalise. So McManaman, who was transferred listed in the last transfer window without success. We think he'll be leaving us in the not too distant future. McManaman with the corner, loose ball in the Roar penalty area, gets booted upfield. Yeah, hopeful ball up field. And returned in kind. Oh, LA Rose. Yes, for those LA Rose is rather a cult figure in the Australian A-League at the moment. Okay, so McManaman, long searching ball for Rojas. Pulls off a good save. Pulls off a good save from the keeper. Right, Brimmer. All played out of defence, and not much time for anything else. So All quiet on the leaderboard there. Numbers okay at the moment. Still only 12 minutes gone though, so early days in the game. Long ball out of defence, picked up by Ansell. Shot and can't do anything about it. Acton's come out of goal. Another little bit of long ball happening here at the moment. Just noticed though, that should be a positive mentality. Hook ball through to McManaman to run on. Only one blue shirt in the middle. Can he find Cox? Cox is still up there. Ishikawa, Rojas, and Rojas. Oh, offside. Offside, I think. Offside, I think. Cox was offside. Did Cox interfere with play? Okay, maybe he did. Okay, so Nishikawa again. Whoops, no it's not, it's a replay. Yeah, see? Don't want to see that, it just annoys me. So, we'll move on. The goal's not given, so the goal's not given. Time to shout a bit of an encouragement, which very rarely do the players actually react positively to. And Nishikawa on the ball. He's played well since coming into the first team. McManaman getting behind the defence. And a poor shot, but the follow-up from an acute angle. McManaman can play great one game and then get injured or have a very average game the next. So it's good to see that he's on the score sheet. Nishikawa flicked inside by Box. First shot saved, second shot goal. Maybe drop a little bit of praise on them just to spark them up. They do like to be stroked. Okay, so Victory building it up from the back. Rojas in a lot of room. Cox with him. Rojas holds the ball up, flat ball to Brimmer. McManaman, oh, no. Not what we wanted. Not what we wanted. Yeah, it was closer to the corner post than the goal post. So McManaman on the ball again. Ball to Cox. Through ball to Rojas. And the ball runs loose. All the numbers, by the look of that, they appear to be in Victory's favour. Possession, we're shading them slightly. Well, no, now it's back to even. So we need another goal to make it a little bit more comfortable for us. So Ansell bringing the ball out of defence, wide to Shotton. Shotton with a couple of options, inside or up the line to Rojas. Long ball to Cox. Onside, he's got good finishing stats, but he can't. He can't do it. I don't think he's actually scored for us in the games that he's deputised for it while Gastede's away. So, having said that, it's time for a hat-trick. Barnett on the ball. Makes the keeper with a good save. So we're pressing. Okay. Rimmer to whip the corner in. Easy by the keeper. Keeper's ball. Okay, so okay. Found its way to Rojas. Rojas rides the tackle, but no, loses possession. So now we're back in defence. On the back foot though. Shotton with the header. Rojas with an acrobatic clearance to no one in particular. Come on. Right, McManaman on the ball. A lot of space in front of him. Let's run it. Blue shirts are coming up. Can he find a blue shirt? Cox. No, charge down again. Don't know how many times Cox has had his shot blocked. Don't think he's destined to score. Okay, all the numbers there are still good. Coming up towards half time though. Chance for one last attack. Shotton, can he deliver? No, short again. Okay, we need to regroup. Good block. Good save by Acton. Hasn't been called in to do much work this half, but he was there when it counted. He's the last play of the game. Roll with the corner, headed out by Ansell. Easy ball. And Rowe has to take it up. That should be all there is, and there ain't no more. Okay, so into the dressing room. We've been pretty dominant in the game. Look, things are going well, but I know they're capable of better, especially when you take into account the current form of Brisbane Roar. I think it's a game that we should be winning by a clear margin, not just the odd goal. Defensively, we're looking good. Midfield and attack is also quite good, so don't think there'll be any need for substitutes on the hour unless there's an injury or someone's stats bottom out. That Teague and Shotton interchanging their passes. Ansell is that to Rojas, who's come in. Cox gets behind his marker, sets it up for Rojas. Was that a touch? Yes. Brimmer whips the corner in. Cox up and a volley. Not sure who that volley was by, but it was well wide. See if we can get some positive reactions to them by encouraging them. Teague starting to get a little bit tired. It's a shame actually, he was actually playing quite well. I might see if I can squeeze another 5 minutes out of him. Six. Just keep that there for a little while. Okay, Brisbane with a bit of space. A lot of dark blue shirts back though. Oh, Acton. I think he had it covered. Okay. Teague. Okay, Broxham with a lot of space. Wide to Nishikawa. No, Nishikawa again. Rather static. We're not. Most of the blue shirts are covered, so we've turned over possession. Right, substitute off and get Tom on. Haraj. He's actually been playing some good games at in defence, but now Ruhas has broken through the middle, and once again Acton's been called in to keep them at bay, which he's done well. Yeah, Brisbane Roar, they're finding them their way into this game, which I find a little bit frustrating. Be more expressive. Okay, so fitness levels now becoming a real issue for us. Looking at our midfielders and wide. Rojas and McManaman have had good games. Lawton coming back from an injury as well, so I'm happy to give him 20 minutes just to get a bit of match fitness and also a bit of run under his belt. Okay, so Barnett, lots of options in front of him. Rojas with a lot of space as well. He can get behind the defence. No, cross gets cut out. He's got another chance. Cox, but no, McManaman. Ghosting in on the far post, gets in front of his marker and scores his second goal of the game, I think. So yeah, Rojas in a lot of space. First cross was cleared. Second cross on there. McManaman, bit of lateral movement. Got some space on the edge of the box after he lost his marker. And a good header. So that's a little bit of daylight now between us and Roar. We don't want to let them in. Brimmer, Shotton, they're all 12 minutes. We can get them through. I think we can get them through. Maybe slow the tempo down a bit. Slow it down. Okay, long hopeful ball. Actually finds Lockie Rose on the wing. Ooh, Woodwork saved us. Okay, so Nishikawa. And nothing came of that. Well, it's good to see McManaman on the score sheet. I'm pleased for him. He's had an up and down. Oh, keeper only half committed there. Yeah, glad to see McManaman on the score sheet having a good game, because there's some speculation over his future, because he was transfer listed on request because of his work permit. So we were resigned to losing him, but we might be able to hang on to him for a little while longer. So it's like Wanderers are continuing their winning way in the Sydney Derby with a 2-0 win. And looks like it could be a similar score here for Victory. Right, no harm, no foul in the last few minutes. And there we have it, a 2-0 win. Convincing? Not as convincing as what I thought it'd be. But I mean, we've got to stroke these young lads and we've got to say well done, it was a good win. Although based on Brisbane's performance, I would have, well, not expected, I would have liked a couple of more goals. Okay, so there we have it. Confirmation that Wanderers are on top of the ladder, 5 from 5. Victory 3 points behind them. Adelaide United have beaten Melbourne City, so they're still struggling. And then we see Brisbane Roar down the bottom of the table. So we'll just continue there and we'll just go over to our schedule. Away to Western United, home to the Jets, Macarthur and Adelaide. Well, there's an original rivalry there with Adelaide, but we'll certainly play at least the next 2 games offline. Western and Newcastle, and maybe come back for Macarthur or Adelaide. Look, we'll leave that one a little bit up in the air, but that I think will be the end of this particular episode. Pleased to see Callum McManaman is back in his goal-scoring form and displayed his attacking prowess and goal-scoring ability that he's promised for so long. It doesn't come up nearly often enough. But there we have it, a 2-0 win to the Victory. I'm Garry Foster. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch up with you soon. All the best.